Hello and welcome back to Success by the Numbers, your show to help you understand numbers in your business better and to manage your business by the numbers. My name is Tenjo and I'm your host as every week. And I'm also the CEO of Work on Your Business, where we help business owners to work strategically on their business instead of drowning in it. This week, we have an amazing interview. You already see the two ladies here in this call. We have Chrissa and Vicky Tolidou, and they are branding authorities. I mean, they work with some of the biggest names in the industry. I mean, I'm talking of people like Robert Kiyosaki. You know that guy, right? Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You know him. So they work with Sony Music, with some really, really big companies. What they do is they do branding. They will explain in a moment themselves what exactly they do, but they help you build a personal brand, of course, also a business brand, you know, that people will fall in love with. And they make sure that you are positioned correctly. And they do that via video. And they also have an education platform where they teach you a lot of things. And they will share everything about it today with us. They will share some insider secrets and, of course, their amazing story. I met these two ladies, I think the first time like 3 years ago. We stayed in contact, and I mean, they are not only brilliant entrepreneurs, but they are also amazing human beings. So please help me welcome Chrissa and Vicky. It's so great to have you here.
Thank you so much for having us. First of all, let's give it everybody up like for Mona. We absolutely love Mona. You're outstanding. Thank you so much for your energy. Thank you for this lovely introduction, and thank you for having us in close proximity with you. This woman is amazing. This woman knows her craft like nobody else does. So if you want to, you know, save time in your business, if you want to have fast results without like losing precious time of your life, then absolutely we recommend our beautiful friend Mona. And we share it and stand for what we're saying because we know that this human being is so beautiful inside out, and she's creating results. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for honoring us and having us on your show. It's such a beautiful blessing, you know, to spend some quality time with you guys. The intention of today is to add massive value to this call. To, if you have some question marks, you know, what's branding and how can I in this season, especially like when pandemic hit, you know, still monetize and mobilize my business, then the intention is today, you know, to serve you on a very high level so that you will never ever sit there and think, okay, what am I going to do next? I don't know what to do. We're here to create results. We're advocates of breaking industries, you know, making some crazy things happen. And we're absolutely passionate about serving you. So thank you so much for having us.
You are very, very welcome. And I mean, breaking the industry is a very good keyword. So let's maybe start at the beginning, okay? So not everybody may know you. You are the world's I'm cutting out. You are the I can't speak anymore. 1 second.
The world's favorite sisters.
The world's famous sisters. No. So I have to do speaking exercises next time. You are the world's favorite. Why am I always about favorite? You're also famous.
You know, we get this also. We get people say this also. We are the world's favorite sisters, but people also love to say the world's famous sisters for some reason.
Okay, I will do it one more.
Oh, that's fine. I love it. Just keep it all in. It's funny.
You get the raw material anyway. You can do with what you want.
The beauty of behind the scenes, you know, we always love to show also behind the scenes of everything that we do. So here's a little sneak peek of what happens also on interviews.
Okay, so we keep that in. So we have the world's favorite sisters. And I mean, really, it is like this. I met them as sisters, and it was really that you could see that connection immediately, right? They're sisters, they're very close together, they work very well together. That's, I think, a very big advantage, right? And so, but not everybody may know who you are and you know what exactly you do and how you got to that position. So could you share a little bit about your backstory on how you got from where did you start originally, right? And where are you today, that people get an idea of what exactly it is you are doing and what you accomplished as well.
Thank you. I have one question before we answer that, if it's okay. When you met us the first time with Vicky, what was like, if you could describe, like, you know, energy and like workflow like together. And what was the vibe that you got like from us working, on that event, on helping to create that personal brand that you met us? Like, what was, if you could say like one word, what was it that stuck out?
The very first one is very warm, welcoming, warm. So
Mhm.
that was the very first thing. Like I felt like, okay, I don't need to fake anything. I can just be me, right?
Wow.
Wow.
Mission accomplished. Check. Wow, that's beautiful. That's really beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Welcome.
And this is like also our intention, to be, people that are trustworthy. We are loyal. We keep our word, and whatever is your goal, we taking it on, as our goal. Now, how everything started, backstory, Vicky.
Well, we were both born as sisters. Let's go all the way back to the beginning.
I would have not assumed that one. That came out of the blue.
Well, we grew up in a serial entrepreneurial household. What this means is that our father, as a businessman, had multiple careers within his lifetime. So we experienced high ups and also high downs. And we've experienced, the successes of those businesses, and then all those things that didn't go well. And then what happened is that, me and Chrissa, we both chose to follow a path in the film industry. We were very passionate in working for the film industry in different places. But the thing is that people always wanted us to work together. So, for example, Chrissa would be working on some film sets, and they wanted to pull me in to do something with it. I was doing the same, and we were pulling her in. So people always wanted that combination of the two of us for some reason. And long story short, we created this company where now we're helping people create, expand their personal brand with videos that people fall in love with them. And we are very passionate about what we do. We love to serve our clients, and we love the people that we're working with. And we've achieved, like you mentioned, some pretty big stuff. And we're very proud of that, especially because of where we're coming from and the heart that we have for the people that we are helping.
That's right. And what we figured out, because as my beautiful sister mentioned, growing up in a serial entrepreneurial household, for us, it wasn't all the time roses and stuff. So we went through some very tough things, right? So we survived house fires where we didn't know how to turn things around. We used to we grew up in such abundance, and money flow, and then suddenly we found ourselves with no electricity and no running water. How do you turn this around? So we had some tough challenges, but our dad and our mom here, as you can see, these beautiful human beings, they raised us so good. And what they did, they put family first and business follows. And this is our heart, to always have the right priorities, and then anything is possible. And also, because we thought that there was no value, in us, or not so much that people actually would pay a lot of money for it. But then, and this is an invitation for you guys, and I want you, to take notes, because this is really serious. Usually, we are giving advice, the advice, that we're giving also to our coaching people, and they pay a lot of money. For you, this is completely free. So take, pen and paper and write stuff down every time also you see Mona, because this is free value, and it's going to bring you further faster. Now, what we did, right? What we did is we looked into, okay, we always wanted to create something big, and we started so many companies also with Vicky. We had one company, we called it CHT. It was like really funny, like when we started like in the film industry. I started as a makeup artist, and then I became like super famous working with like Victoria's Secret people. And then, like we used the skills of like what was happening, on the big sets, and we put it into our business. And then we looked, okay, what else do we have, as resource that we thought it was not valuable? And then we wrote down a list, of all the failures that we had. We figured out that actually this is saving people time and money. Ta-da! Fantastic. So, it's genius. It's genius. For example, like we looked into how can we bring, our expertise that we used to work with Sony Music, on creating, like helping young professionals to become like famous, in front of the camera. How can we put this in our branding? Okay, and we saw, okay, this worked, this didn't. We took it out, we put it in our business. Ta-da! Fantastic. People are having so much fun, and saving time, and they're having results. And then, we became so passionate about the self-development industry, self-development and business development. So we married these two together because we believe that how you do anything is how you do everything. And we became experts in personal branding. And why is that? We became coaches. We went and got training, from people who trained like Tony Robbins when he started, like from Dr. Richard Bandler. So we started working with the subconscious mind, and seeing how we can bring this into video so that we can help more people. We started seeing, okay, what is holding people back? What are the limiting beliefs, that we can transform and also help people, in their personal brand. And suddenly, Tolidou Education came. So how Tolidou Education came was fantastic because it was so funny because we started, doing videos and doing like, coaching people a lot of times also in the beginning for free. We were coaching them on how to do the videos, how to look like, and then what to say, how to feel good about themselves, how to be confident in front of the camera, how to identify their VIP ideal client. And we started, doing all these things. And we got major big clients through doing that, plus some marketing strategies that we figured out through trial and error. And it was mainly error all the time. But some things worked, So we said, okay, what stick? And we went with it. And then we thought, because we have a heart, for people who are like us, because we didn't know, right? We didn't have coaches. We learned the freaking hard way. So we created this beautiful academy that is affordable, and it's like for people either who want to test us out or who want to, because as we grow, we're always adding into the academy, and it's like a very low cost. And it's basically, instead of done for you, do it yourself kind of. So we started teaching and educating people on how we did it. So they're like, I give you an example. They're like small little videos, bite-sized, like 8 minutes, 5 minutes, I think max 15 minutes. And it's on each topic. For example, like how to identify your VIP ideal client, or, how do you close the big sale, or how do you present if you feel that you're not worthy, because a lot of the times we felt like imposters, like, oh, I cannot work with these big brands because who am I? Like, who am I? I'm not enough. These people are like well educated. By the way, so that we're both high school dropouts, right? So that
yes, I'll put both my hands up.
So no excuse. And everything, in our academy is a street smart business, because basically, as I said, like it's all trial, error, massive error, and then you got the results and all the juice out of these goodies.
And to bring an example from the past, I'm going to go back a little bit before the company even began. And we had, there was this client that we wanted to work with. And at the time, we didn't have a video camera. We didn't have anything. All we had was a very old laptop that was overheated, and it was making, you know, that very, very loud noise that you feel like it's gonna raise the whole room up. That noise. So what happened is my sister, you know, created this strategy, this amazing strategy. My sister is amazing in strategizing and creating those results. And she went to this client and proposed that, you know, this client had, she was in, where was she working at? Do you remember?
It was a beauty salon. They did
A
hair.
beauty salon. Yeah, so it was a beauty salon, and they had all these products that they were not able to sell for many years. They had a whole like room full of it. And my sister got in and proposed that we create a video that showcases an event, and we place it on the screen of the storefront. And this video will bring people in, and then the promise was that we're gonna sell out an X amount of products. Now,
I want to add here something, that this was literally after we had a house fire and we had no home. We didn't have an ID to show that we had success in the past. We didn't even have clothes. We had one pair of shoes with holes in it, and it was literally like we had no money, and we desperately needed to close one deal. Like it was life or death, right? It was a season where, you know, if you know, the places where, like, you know, some homeless people get food if something really bad happens. Yeah, Vicky and myself and our mom, we were standing in line there, so that you have a backstory, like how wood was on stake, when Vicky shares this story. Go on, sister.
so what happened is we showed up with his laptop and we started creating this video. But then we needed, you know, something to put on the screen at. So we took the last money that I had, as, you know, I was just getting quarters in a little piggy bank. So we broke that, we took the money out, and then we got a little display. So we put the video in there and it started playing. So what happened is we got people through that, with that video, to come to the event. So they came to the event, and what happened is completely sold out what was in that room. So people were literally buying everything. The lady of the store didn't believe what was happening. But what was happening was very, very simple. Strategic video placed, brought people in, and then giving this value to people and selling those products. Very, very simple. So this is to show that it doesn't matter where you're at, doesn't matter the resources that you think you have or don't have. You always have resources. It doesn't matter where you're at. You just need to look at what's around you and be creative and use all of those things fully, to the full extent that you have, and they will bring results. Staying stuck doesn't exist. Staying stuck is in the mind. In taking action and looking the resources that you have around you, you get unstuck and you go further. And then the next step is even bigger and even more brilliant. So it's a very simple way. If you ever find yourself, you know, not motivated to do something, or thinking that I can't do this because I don't have this incredible camera, there is no such thing. You have your phone, you have your laptop, you have whatever, borrow a phone, you know, you have ways to get the results that you want and go further in your career.
That is so true. And I think what you just mentioned, there are two aspects in it, right? When people are not motivated, I dare you, you are too comfortable, guys. If you are not with your back against the wall, then you really know what you are able to pull off. If what you just mentioned, if your life is pretty much at risk, you will find a way, right? And I think the second thing that people have to understand is, and I think this is something my mom actually taught me. She was always like, you know, whenever there's a door closing, 3 other ones open up. You just have to keep your eyes open to find them. Yes. Because they are always there. But sometimes we are too blind and too focused on the closed door that just closed. Like, oh, I got the door closed. Yeah, but there's 3 other ones open. Did you see them, right? And I think you just have to be really resourceful. And I mean, we are all resourceful. I mean, I don't consider myself a creative person, but I do come up with really good ideas once in a while. And that's all that matters, right? And so I think the first thing that you all have, and I mean, you mentioned already personal development, you have to believe it. You have to believe that everything for you is out there. It's just waiting for you to pick it up. But it's up to you to pick it up.
Absolutely. And, you know, I want to add to what you said because it's so, so beautiful. And we had the same like thought process, and it's outstanding, my friend, is, you know, the strategy behind what Vicky just said was she said, look, guys, in all of this, okay, let's break down the steps, like what happened there. Okay, let's look into the strategy like a little bit closer. As Mona said also, you know, you identified it very, very well. The number one step was believe it. So we had unshakable faith, right? Unshakable faith that whatever happens, like we're gonna make it. And what did Vicky do? She had, this is number one, Vicky had unshakable faith, and she invested her last money because there was no other money. It was like quarters, right? It was like cents. So her last money she invested in that possibility. Now, 98% of the people would say, what are you doing? Like, you know, go get a job, or, go to the government, or like do other stuff. But you see that the mindset, because the faith was so unshakable, there was no other option but only investing and go all in. Because, you know, sometimes we hear like, okay, burn that boats, you know, burn that bridges. And this is what my sister literally demonstrated, you know, like she invested. And it's so important and crucial to always, guys, you know, invest into our development, business and personal development, if we want to go further faster, and if we want to live, you know, a life full of freedom and a life full of possibility. Our biggest fear, you know, is unfulfilled potential. You know, and this says a lot about how we are using our time. And that's why we are also so passionate about, you know, what Mona does, because it's saving you time. And this means you have more quality time to live a life that you love.
And what you just mentioned is a very good point. I'll give you an example from my own past. You have to make decisions in life. So when I started building my business, I started being very active. I put myself out, right? I was found, you know, and at a certain point, it's really funny how the universe plays. You know, I'm not a highly spiritual person, but I understand that the universe is out there and it is very influential. And so I had this point in my life where I was not really sure, should I go back to my job, because I had a really high paying job in the past, or should I really go all in? But I realized at one point I needed to make that decision because nothing was moving forward. As long as you stand with 1 foot on each of the ground, you're not moving forward. You have to make a decision on which side you want to go, and then you step ahead. What happened? At a certain point, I was so branded, I couldn't even apply for a job anymore because people were Googling me and they found all that stuff on the internet and they're like, is that really you? So I'm too well branded to get a job. And that was the moment where I realized, okay, all in on the business. There's no way back. And you know what funny things happened? After I made that decision, okay, all in, I got my biggest client to date. Like a week out of nowhere. It was one call. Hey, you have to talk to that person. I think you make a great combination. Get on a phone call. And I trusted that person. I was like, okay, I trust that person. Let's go on a phone call. I had no idea who that was. Went on the phone call. I was like, okay, can you do that? Oh, yeah. Can you do that as well? Okay, how much is it? It was half an hour. I didn't know the person, sale closed, and it happened within 1 week after I made that decision. So I think, guys, you really need to decide, and then you have to put everything you got in it, and then it will work out. I mean, you just had some great examples on that point, and I think this is, everybody can do it. You just have to decide. I think most people, when I look at relationships, you know, why do people not have long-term relationships? Because they don't want to make a commitment.
Yes.
There could come something better. What if not? You're missing out on your now because maybe there's something better. I'm not sure about that. So looking at your path, I mean, you already mentioned, I think, probably some of the key milestones in your life. Probably that one situation was one of these milestones, right? When you go from there forward, so what was like some highlights where you said that really defined our career or changed our way of thinking to where we are today?
Oh gosh, there's so many. There are so many, and as we're talking right now, we're growing because Vicky and myself, we are committed to growth. And what this means is that we are doing whatever it takes to become better, a better version of ourselves, and not only for ourselves, but to fulfill our mission in this life, and to leave a legacy, to be a possibility for people without possibility. There have been so many beautiful lessons, and they were all painful lessons. You know, we are the type of girls. We learned it the hard way. That's why we're so passionate about break it down, chunk it down for you guys, so that we make your life easier. Because for us it wasn't easy, and I feel I love this phrase, like, to whom is much given, much is required. I think it's somewhere in the Bible, and I think that we truly live by that, because like a diamond, sometimes they need a lot of pressure and heat, and go through everything to shine, and then the value comes out. And gosh, I think one was the house fire that we went through, where everything was burned, and we literally had no identity or something to prove some past successes, and there was no backup financially. Another one was when we lost our dad. This was quite recently, nearly 7-8 months ago now, where there we always used to live by the concept of time, and how important it is to live according to our standards and not somebody else's, right? And how this looks like is basically that we make sure that we're serving people on a higher level. So we raised our standards. We have contribution in our value system, so we are people who are adding service. We lead by service. And I think for me is this two that were profound. What about you, Vicky?
The way I see it, so I completely agree with what you're saying. And if you pick up what my sister is saying, it's instead of, big key moments, it's the accumulation of many, because it's like a consistent message that it's basically the big keystones that you're talking about. So what came out of all of this is, to break it down in very simple terms, knowing why it is that you're doing what you're doing, why you who your client is, specifically and very intimately, to know what are their problems, what is it, how you can help them, take the skills from everything that you've done and in the past, and how can you help them with those skills. And then look at also your most favorite people that you would love to work with. We call them VIP deal clients. And what is it that maybe, who do you need to become? What do you need to do? What are you missing from your skill set that will bring you further and closer to working with those people, to reaching that goal, to taking your business to the next level, to creating your personal brand? It's the accumulation of all of that I would say is key milestones, because we come back to those all the time. And through what life brings and through what happens, all those circumstances, like the house fire and our father's passing, how can all of that help you pour all of that motivation in your business? I think all of that is there to serve you, because life is happening for you. It's not happening to you. And the moment you realize that, you can use every single moment and draw power and motivation and inspiration out of it that will help you go forward. And those things are the key pillars in the business and in what we've done.
Beautifully said. I love that life happens for you, not to you. Don't see yourself as a victim. You are the captain of your life. So take the course. let's get to the business piece of things. So let's look into marketing and branding, because that's what you're really authorities in. Okay. So how important is marketing and branding, and what misconceptions are out in the world that maybe you want to clear up with here? So like, guys, we have to fix that now once and forever.
Beautiful. That's really, really beautiful. It's crucial. It's crucial. If you want to have a business, you need to master the skill set of marketing and branding. And what branding is basically, to break it down very simple, is what you're known for, what are some key areas that you're known for, that the industry is talking about you. Now I'm going to give you a strategy on how we did it. If you remember, if not, go back to the beginning, how Mona introduced us, and she said the world's favorite sisters. Now, what is this? This is, come on guys, repeat it, branding. This is branding. Now, what did we do? In the beginning, when we started, there was no freaking branding, right? You have different aspects of branding. Yeah, there's social branding, there's celebrity branding. Yeah, there's whatever branding you want. It's basically what you want to be known for. Now, what did we do? We knew that for a collective belief, to be formed, we need 4 aspects. What does it mean? This means that a collective belief, a collective belief is, if a lot of people agree with one thing, they say, this is a table, and then the table becomes a thing. It's a name, right? This is a collective belief. So if more than 4 people jump onto a belief, it becomes a collective belief. Now, we started with Vicky. We knew this, and we knew, okay, if I believe, Chrissa, that we are the world's favorite sisters, my table has a top, correct? If I, Vicky, believe that we are the world's favorite sisters, our table has a leg, correct? Correct. How many more people did we need for this, guys? Come on, tell me. 2 more people. So what did we do? When we were introduced somewhere, we asked them very, very kindly, would you mind introducing us with the world's favorite sisters? They said, okay. So we went on a speaking event, and they introduced us as, welcome, the world's favorite sisters, everybody. Woo! We got another leg. I cannot hold it, but you get the concept, right? Now, then we went on a podcast, and the same thing happened. We asked them, can you introduce us as the world's favorite sisters? And of course they did it. And we got another leg, right? And another leg, because you need 4 legs. Sorry. Now, okay. What does it mean? This means that you just need 4 people for a collective belief to be formed. And why is this helpful and crucial in your business? Is because you are the leader of your business, and you choose what you want to be known for. Now, for us, it was actually very difficult. It wasn't so easy. Why? Because we had a lot of limiting beliefs from the past, and we changed industries, right? So we came from the film industries. I used to be a makeup artist, right? And I became a business coach. Yeah, I had so many failures. I had so many businesses and companies that I failed. How could I possibly be a business coach without even finishing school? Right? So there was a lot of going on where I say, come on now, you are a fraud. You're going to go out there. What are you going to tell them? Well, we parked this whole story situation in the head, and we used this strategy. Okay. And then we added to it, and then we added to it, and then we added to it. And this is branding, guys. It's so simple. Right?
Awesome. What do you think about celebrity branding? Because obviously you worked with a lot of celebrities when you were a makeup artist as well. So many people say I don't need to know celebrities, right? But what's your stake on that?
Look, I think it's beautiful, and I think everybody can eat whatever they want to eat. Some are vegans, some love meat, and I think it really doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you need to be thinking not about yourself, but you need to be thinking about your target audience and about what and how do you want to serve them. If not in your target audience, we call them VIP ideal client because we created a methodology which is it goes so deep into who this person is, and we actually attracted also and created this people that we love to work with, and we go so deep in detail. So we're going to call them VIP ideal clients. What this means for you, maybe it's your target audience. Now, how this looks like is you always need to think backwards, right? So one exercise that we do, with our coaching clients is we go into the future with them. We see what the results are that they want to create, and then we go back and then we set the milestones, right? Now, people are usually working on 4 different value systems. So it means some people love the social value of things. So if your brand, is targeting people who really appreciate the social value, which means celebrity branding, which means, charity work, which means, stuff that not only looking good, but there's a lot of there's a lot of outside, because there's people like value these things. Or maybe, they also value like Ferrari. It goes into the social value. Because why? Because you go into another pool. If you are driving a Ferrari, you are already in that Ferrari club, right? So this is all social value. Now, other people value functional value, right? Like more black and white, and more like, okay, give me more detail, and how are you saving me time, and all of that. Then there's another aspect of value, which is like psychologically value, right? Or transformative value. So it literally depends on what your flavor is, right? So the people that we are serving, they have, usually 2 flavors as main in their brands, and we go from there. But we love all the flavors. It's not, for us, it's to help you have your authentic voice, right? Whatever this means for you. We're here to serve you. We're not here, to place our opinion and like a sticky note like on you for, oh, you need to be like that. We're not never gonna label. We have freedom in our value system, and how this looks like is whatever you want, we're gonna serve you because we love you.
Beautiful. And I mean, maybe I want to add, because I was one of these people who used to say like, who needs that, right? Well, I have it now. And I can tell you it does make a difference, right? Not to everybody, absolutely not. But have I made business with that? No, not really. But what happens is people have attention. And in today's market, I think attention is so important. That's what branding helps you achieve, that you get attention of your audience. And I had people approach me like, oh, you have a picture with Charlie Sheen. How is he? And I can honestly say, I don't have to lie. I don't know Charlie. He will never remember me, right? But I can genuinely say he is an amazingly nice guy. He takes time. He's super funny, very patient, and I mean, really funny. I had the honor to listen to him in altogether more than 6 hours. Like, he's really funny. And I have to admit also, my dad stole all his jokes from Charlie. I swear. When I grew up, I thought my father was the most funniest person in the world, but he stole all the jokes from Charlie.
Wow.
But I mean, people, and they were like, oh, I mean, this is what people stuck with such things. You're like, oh, I mean, you don't even have to lie. No, I do not know him personally. Absolutely not. But yes, I do like his craft. He's great at what he does, right? And yes, I do have a picture, but it makes people stop. Like, oh, or when you work with big names like Sony, or with Victoria's Secret, that's like, oh, like people stop when they see that. And I think this is what people need to understand with branding. Branding is like the perception you have on the outside. Like, how do people see you? How do you want to be seen? You want to work with the big names? Then you better have big names in your resume, right? That attracts other big names, so it's just natural. And so I really like that comparison with the food choices. I really love. I never heard that. I love that.
Well, thank you. And it's really like, guys, what do you want to be known for, right? Because at the end of the day, it's more like about the value that you're bringing to your market instead of anything else, right? Anything else is just an add-on. It's what do you want to be known for? Like, if you go back, I intentionally asked Mona, what was one thing that stuck out from you, right? And you said that you guys were warm. I felt like, this beautiful environment. This translated as trust. And what this means is that we are on the right path, because this means mission accomplished, guys. Right. So if we're speaking on a higher level, and this conversation is on a higher level, and the level of world, you see that, so much is happening on a subconscious level, and you can tick the boxes. And this is also marketing. So what's marketing? To bring your service out there and share on how passionate you are about what you're doing.
Absolutely.
And I just wanted to add, with what you said, both of you before, branding, we think of it like a storefront, a real life storefront. And there's, the glass. And with branding, you pick and choose all the different things that you want to put there, because people are walking outside and they were going to see you. So, and marketing is that store. Is it a store? Is it a car, a van? What is it? What is the vehicle? So you use both of those things to create the results. And you can pick and choose and see what results, what kind of people are coming in. Is it the person that you want to work with or not? Because at the end of the day, it's not about you. And what my sister said just before I mentioned this point is exactly that it's not about you. If you're positioning yourself as a particular expert, it's not so that you put this, oh, I'm this amazing person, but it's so that you can reach those people with your skill set and help them out, because those people are going to listen to this branding. Those people are going to get drawn into that, maybe the celebrity status, maybe some more about facts and figures. It really depends. But that title that you're putting out there is so that you can reach out those people and they know who you are and that you can help them. Because you could be the most amazing person out there with the most incredible skills, being stuck on the idea that I don't want to put this title out there because I feel unauthentic. What you're actually doing is you're not helping the other people. And that's a mindset shift. It's a mindset shift. You're putting that not for yourself. You're putting that so that those people can reach to you.
Totally. And I would like to add to this, guys, if you are not promoting yourself, you are doing a disservice to your customers, because you may have the better service, but nobody knows about it. And what will people do? They will go to somebody else and pay them the money, and maybe you can help them much better. So it is your duty to promote yourself.
Absolutely. Yes.
And maybe just to go to that promotion point, because I think this is also what many people get wrong. Many people don't measure their results, right? And I think Chrissa and I, we spoke about that up front, that you have a very strict measuring algorithm and how you measure results for your clients, because most people always think like, yeah, but this is branding. Like, how shall I measure that? There are ways to do that. Could you share a little bit, like how can something intangible, assumingly, be measured? And I mean, I don't want you to unveil all your secrets, because guys, if you need that, purchase it. But just to give a little glimpse, like what are data that you can actually measure in that regards?
Especially, now it's so easy, guys, to measure. And if you think of the internet, as your playground, like imagine how much data is uploaded daily, on the internet, how many videos are uploaded on YouTube, etc. Well, all these platforms, they have actually tools inside them where you can measure. Now, why is this important to you, and why should you know, especially if you are a person who, the only numbers that you like to see is your bank account, and else outsourcing, right? So it's still important to you, because why? every number that you see, on there, if it is like a views, for example, on your video, etc., it is eyeballs. It's actually attention. It's a human being, right? So we invite you to see this as, the world is your platform, and you're simply, finding your VIP ideal client, the right eyeballs on you. Now, why is it important to measure your views, for example, on your videos? Is because this is a potential client. Now, in a video, we can measure if, for example, they're watching till the end, and why is it now important for them to watch till the end? Now, every social media platform is interested to keep you as long as possible on their platform. YouTube wants you to hang out all day on YouTube. Instagram wants you to hang out all day on Instagram. Now, you see that Instagram, for example, released like the IGTV module, like the video thing, right? And you see that it doesn't play all the video up front. You have a few seconds, and then you need to press a button. So and this is a strategy, we highly recommend you do this. When you do like your IG videos, have them very, very, very like create curiosity and all this suspense on the beginning, so that they want to get more. So give them value, but don't give everything. It's like dating. You're not going to give everything like from the first dates, right? A person needs to earn the right, and this is the concept behind it. So as soon as they're earning the right, they're clicking the button, so they are committed and they really want to know more because they're interested in. And then you give the value in the video. Now, why is it important? You can measure who watch the video and how long. This means how committed was this person? Were they committed, to your message all the way? If yes, this is translated of this is a potential client. These are potential leads. If not, it's still very good. Don't get discouraged, because you can go back and look at your message, look at your video. What could I make better? Is there anything that I missed? How can I change the strategy? We always need to go back. It's always important to look at your numbers, like literally daily. Yeah. Go inside, for example, Instagram, and look at the statistics, etc. Now, what's important and crucial, and how we work, with our clients and how to measure things like that, is we have tools in place. Yeah. So, for example, when we're helping a personal brand to bring up their personal brand on Instagram, we attach to this also a landing page. Now, why is this important? Is because, look, a lot of people, they start, posting on social media before they have a landing page, before they have a funnel, if you don't know what a landing page is and a funnel, no problem. Go to our academy, guys, on www.tolidou.education.com. We have there a subscription model. If you have any questions on, what these things are that we're talking about, go back. You absolutely, you can educate yourself there and see like what this exactly means, right? But now for you who are a little bit further in the journey, and why is it important? 98% of the people, when they start their personal brand, they go and they want to post on social media because they are proud, they want to look good, they want to give value, all these things, but they're missing out to put actually the systems in place, right? And guys, don't miss this part, yeah? And that's why it is really, really important, to have basically a system, a funnel attached. And what we do in our company, we have people on board that they're putting everything in place for you, and we can measure. We have tools, and because social media is designed, basically we're adding value there, but then also to measure how many people are potential leads and how many people are taking then the next steps with you, so that they're going to become lifetime clients, and how this looks like. So we bring you like all the way with our services, to measuring, okay, we got now these potential leads, so we can follow up with them, we can give them a call, or we can send them a gift, etc., whatever like your strategy is in that moment, but it's crucial. So this is how we measure things. Measuring is good, guys. Measuring is not something bad. Measure your videos, your views, see what people like on social media and what they don't like. on every platform, they have statistics, right? And now what Vicky and myself do, and our team, basically, as soon as we put something in place for you, you know, and we create all the videos for you, or we have also services where you are filming and we're just, you know, editing the videos and the parts, and you can educate yourself, you know, on our platform. So you can choose either like done for you services, you know, where you want us on board, or basically where we are educating you and your team, and it's like a mixed combination of things. And then at the end, always, you know, you get analytics, you see, okay, this works here, we need maybe to tweak a little bit, and stuff like that.
And to add like one more point to this, it's very true that a lot of people are using the first part, which is basically posting without having the actual structure. And of that part is the biggest part of your personal time investment, you know, that you are going to invest a lot of your time to build up that audience. Now, what's happening though, there's a lot of people that say that they're posting consistently, but nothing is happening. So, you know, a small strategy for that would be, an advice would also be to use your time on social media, your own personal time on social media, strategically. What this means is you look at all the people that you admire, that click with you, that speak to your ideal target audience, and you see, you know, that are already successful, they have that thing that you want, and look at what kind of posts they are posting, what kind of value are they giving their audience, and then you can see the differences, and you can actually pick and choose from that and use that as inspiration, not as a copy paste kind of thing, but as a guideline to, this is what is attracting my VIP ideal clients. So how can I put my own flavor into this, my own colors, my own branding, my own voice, and my own strategies? And then being consistent is a different game. Being consistent then speaks to your target audience, and it's not coming from I'm just putting a lot of stuff out there because I need to be on this platform, because everybody's on this platform, I need to consistently be on this platform. No, it's coming from, I want to help those people with my solutions, and this package they understand. So I'm going to package it in the way that they understand and give it to them how they want to have it.
That's a great point. And I just have to quote Alex Mandossian here. Alex Mandossian is one of like the original internet gurus, right? And he once said, like, if you copy from one person, that's copy paste. If you research, you copy from many people and you find the average of what do they all have in common, and you find the pattern that you actually apply to yourself. So that's not copying, that's research.
That's beautiful. I love that. I love that. Absolutely. And you know, like, ideas, they're always there. They're always out there, you know. And it's about collecting the ones, you know, that you're passionate about, and see what you can, you know, add better. And as my beautiful sister and beautiful Mona said, you know, to just make it better, and create like your own stuff out of it. And you know, you can have it on your phone, for example, so you can have like stuff on your phone on the go if you're busy and you want to work, you know, from different locations instead of your computer. So there are so many different, you know, ways to add value to that. Yeah,
absolutely. And if you want to learn more on this, guys, again, go to tolidoueducation.com. As mentioned several times, please also check out the show notes. I will, of course, put the links, everything there, also at the end screen, you know, so that you don't miss it out. You have no excuse. You will definitely find it. So, ladies, I respect your time a lot, and I just want to make sure that you don't miss any follow-up meetings. So, I would like to thank you very, very much for being on the show today. It was amazing insights, great stories, really, really inspirational. Guys, if you are not motivated to do more with your life after this interview, I really cannot help you anymore. So thank you very much for being on. And guys, as always, right? Like the videos, share the videos, tag people who need to see that. Please make sure to also raise your questions, put it in the comments if you have anything that you're not clear on, if you make any more questions, we're always open to answer them. And we see us back in another interview next week. And until then, implement what you just heard. And if you didn't take notes, go back and do that right now. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. What I would love to add here, I don't know if it's like for of value for your audience, but we actually have a free guide on how to become the highest paid authority in your field. If you want to check it out, have a look at it. We're going to share it with Mona, and you can add it there as well. And it's a free resource, on how to create your brand in a way that, it's basically monetizing and reflecting your worth.
Awesome.
It's a 4-step formula. It's really cool. We have a worksheet, and the training, I believe it's very much value of you. So we're going to share it with Mona, and she can share with you.
Absolutely. I will do it. Check out the links, and then you will definitely get it, and make sure to get it. I mean, this is so much value that you get for free. Like, honestly, guys, I cannot help you anymore. Like, you have to make use of the things, you have to accept the gifts that you get from life. So take them and do the best with that, right? And unleash your full potential and build your own legacy. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being on, and we see us back next week.
Thank you, guys. Love you, Mona.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.